All right, so last week I made a video talking about an old writing project that I was going back to, and I have some updates. My name is Eldon. I'm a creative wannabe and a mental health advocate, and on this channel we do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I'm the worst at YouTube because I'm not one to niche down, but I love working on different creative projects, and so that's what this channel is all about. Yeah, so it's an exciting day today. Some copies of my book came in the mail. Basically, I had previously printed out my copies at home. I wanted to send to a couple friends, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll print like a nicer copy and go to a print shop. And then in looking at how much that would cost and I've done it once before through a print shop, it was kind of pricey. So I looked online at some other options, and basically the option that I went with is Amazon. If you go to self-publish a book, which I had set up a page for it previously, but if you go to self-publish a book, you can print proof copies, and proof copies are the cost of printing the book plus shipping. So anyway, to print it, it was under $4, and then with shipping, it made it like basically $5 a book, give or take. So yeah, super exciting. I'm currently on my way to physical therapy. I didn't have time to open the books before I left, and so I'm gonna get there, hopefully with a couple minutes to spare. I'll open it up, do an unboxing real quick, and then when I get home, we'll kind of do a nice little look through and a little look-sees and see how it came out. So, all right, so this is apparently 5 copies of my book. It is on draft like 8 maybe, and so I've been working on it on and off for the last several years. So pretty exciting. We're gonna see what it looks like, and hopefully for my friends who read it, this will be the worst that it ever is, and then it only gets better from here. So we'll find out. Anyway. My knife is not as sharp as it needs to be. That is on the to-do list. All right. Pretty exciting. The colors on these two look different, but that's okay. And actually, it looks noticeably different. I don't know if you'll catch that on camera. One of these looks way more green than the other, I would say. I accept. And yeah, I didn't do this on purpose, but you'll notice it says not for resale. That's Amazon's proof copies all say that. But I just happen to have the text separated enough that the not for resale does not block any meaningful or relevant text. So, and it's on the back of the book, so like how meaningful or relevant can it be? I know there's at least one formatting error in here that I caught later. Haven't found it yet though. It looks pretty good overall. I'll turn the AC off. Jeez, amateur over here. But yeah, it's cool to see it in paperback form and holding it, you know, it's tangible and real. So that's cool. I'm seeing things that I would like to change about the cover, but that's okay. But overall, like, it looks really good. The formatting looks decent. I did it myself, and I don't know what I'm doing, but it worked. So yeah, there was a couple times where I very specifically wanted a page to end on a certain note, and like, you know, one time one line got bumped to the next page or something, so I kind of had to mess with it. But overall, it looks pretty good. I know there's one mistake in here. I don't remember where it was, but I know I made a mistake that I found later after I'd already ordered them. But I can't find it now, just flipping through, so that's good, I guess. This book is set up in 3 sort of sections. Anyway, so this is an example of formatting that I tried specifically to do, but so this is part 3 of the book, and you can see that the formatting, the chapter starts on the next page that's facing you. I can't remember, it's like, you know, something facto, verso, something. And the secret is that I formatted it in Scrivener. So I just did it by, you know, messing with the formatting in Scrivener and made a custom one for the paperback specifically and had to mess with it. And I can do a tutorial on that if people need it. But yeah, so I made my own formatting, and it actually looks pretty good. Overall, I would say it looks pretty good. So, very exciting. To be continued. So, here's the cover design that I have so far. You can see the band there, not for resale. That's because it is a proof copy and not an author copy or the final version. So yeah, I don't know if this cover will change or not. It'll probably change a little bit, but there are the copies of it from Amazon. I ordered 5 copies. The goal with this is to send these 5 to some of my friends or family, and then have them kind of mark it up. I bought some red pens as well. And hopefully we can take the information and the feedback from my friends and family and use that to make it a better book. So in theory, this is the worst it will ever be, starting today, because it used to be much worse. And there's some things that I needed to fix on my end, so I'm glad that I printed proof copies at all. There's at least one formatting error in here, and I did find it. Yeah, basically on this page, there's parts of the text that are offset, and I had indented them, but for some reason when I formatted it, it pushed it extra, and so it's like it cuts off the line weird. Anyway, I fixed that, in future versions will not have that, so that's nice. So in theory, this will be my debut novel. I'm hoping to self-publish it this summer, and that's kind of the goal. Yeah, and so I don't know, I want to make a video talking about, you know, where the title is from, kind of what that means, and what the book is about. I don't know if that'll be this video or not, but being able to hold it in your hands, you know, that's pretty crazy. I heard paperbacks are going away, but not on my watch. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is what it is. I ordered 5, so, you know. And I actually ordered a couple more. So this is a matte finish, and the image here is a little bit soft, like a little bit blurry. So I updated it, and it looked like it was actually on my end. Somehow the file that I exported didn't quite look that good. So anyway, I updated that, decided to order a set in the glossy finish. And so I can make a video comparing the matte versus the glossy. I don't know, we'll see which one we like better, and then hopefully they can all be printed that way. So far I think the matte is gonna win, but I haven't seen the glossy, so who knows. All right, so what's this book about without any spoilers? I could read the back cover, but I'm not convinced that I like the text on here, so maybe I won't do that. In short, it's about how sometimes, like, okay, so I feel like the way that we teach mental health, happiness, and things like this, especially for me growing up at the LDS Church, so Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, like growing up in kind of a very Christian, faith-centered home, I feel like the way I was taught about happiness, like it didn't work when I started having issues with my mental health. And so as I was starting to struggle with my mental health, I was like, oh, what's going on here? Everything I've been taught is not working. It's not sufficient. And I thought, well, if I just prayed more and read my scriptures more, and if I was just more diligent, then surely I'd be happy, but I'm not happy. It's not working. And so the kind of the catalyst for this book is this idea that, you know, sometimes we're being taught happiness a certain way, and that's not really the answer. And so if religion isn't the answer, then what is the answer? And that's kind of what this book is trying to explore. So I like writing about, you know, religion and mental health and mental illness and these things. And this is kind of those same topics, but in the context of a fictional sort of YA romance. So it's a contemporary YA, which is, you know, I just decided I wanted to write one because John Green likes writing him and I like him. So I wanted to try it. And I'm not sure if I'll stick with writing YA necessarily. And I'm not even sure this is considered YA because it's kind of like on the verge of being more like adult, I guess. But it's not, I don't know. The content of it is, you know, very G-rated, Christian, family-centered. Yeah, and I like it so far. I think it's in a good spot. It's definitely come a long way. So it used to be much worse, and now I feel like it's pretty okay. I like it. My goal for this is to publish it this summer. I'm gonna self-publish it, and so I'm working on that. I already have ISBNs. I'm working on getting the copyright, and yeah, working on the cover. So this might not be the final cover. I'm not actually sure yet, because yeah, we'll see. I like it so far. I think it's cute. We'll see. So anyway, super fun, very exciting. Love being able to hold it. It feels more real, even though it's got this dumb band on here that says it's not for resale. It feels like we've made a lot of progress, which is very exciting. So if you've got a project you want to follow along, you got a hyperfixation, let's make it happen. Right now our focus is writing, and that's going to be our focus for a little bit. But also, I got to put it away for a minute, let other people read it, and kind of work on other things so I can come back to it with a fresh perspective, and hopefully with all this feedback that I can kind of incorporate. And so for now, we're going to be bouncing around from projects. I plan on doing a couple writing videos, things about my favorite writing advice, and tips that have helped me as someone with ADHD to sit down and focus and sort of sustain the effort long enough to be able to create a book like this. This has been in the works for about 6 years now, because I started it and I would stop and come back to it and go back and whatever, off and on. It's a long time coming, which is why it's so exciting to be able to hold it in my hand. Thanks for watching.